Good morning, class. Welcome back. I'm here today to teach you about the best subscription service on the internet. Alright, that's not really true, but I do believe this is the best subscription service on the internet. Anyways, I've been working on planning out a little bit the second half, well, hey, even like quarter 2, 3, and 4. So like 2/3 of 2025 for the Patreon shipments. If you guys don't know, you can sign up for Patreon maybe. Depending on when you see this, there may or may not be a slot for a yo-yo every month in your mailbox. Pure joy. But I try to keep the variety mixed up, and I also try not to hit too much of the same category. So I try to make sure there's a good variety over the whole year, and I kind of look at that whole year as a package deal. If I was somebody that subscribed for the whole year, would I be happy with the variety and differences and overall value in that year's subscription? So with that, I was kind of recapping what happened in 2024 for each shipment, and I figured let's make a video recapping what happened in 2024. Here it is. Here's the case. As you'll notice, 11 yo-yos, not 12 yo-yos, and we'll get into that. So it just started off right off the rip. January. Well, that's going to throw me off a little bit, switching it this way. January 2024, the shipment was AL7 Afterlife. There's two options here. I've got the Cotton Candy Combat, and there was also a Arctic Combat, which was the black grayscale. So we started off the year with AL7 Organic, jumped right into a highly competitive Wraith. So back to back, you're not getting anything even remotely close in the same category. The Wraith options were the Rainbow Unicorn, which was clear with the faded splash and rainbow blasted rims. And then the Ember Fall Swirl. This was supposed to be Cherry Bomb Swirl, but the red didn't come out red. It kind of came out like a peachy orange. Bounce us into March. And this is the Jackal, your slimline EDC yo-yo. I mean, look at it. Look how cute it is. It's not small in diameter, because guess what? Pocket yo-yos don't have to be small in diameter, but they should be thin if you want to call it a pocket yo-yo. So, like half the size of the Wraith. That's not true. It's like 75% of the width of the Wraith. There's two options. We have the Rainforest Storm. Now the Storm, we just call it that because of the 3-color wash, but it was like that green, blue, tan, clear colorway. And then we had this was unnamed Freedom-ish colorway because there's pink on it and a wash base. So if it had red and one color blue, it could be Freedom. But the Jackal was the March shipment. April, coming in hot with two of the best color yo-yos on, maybe, I don't know, maybe my favorite yo-yo, the Arbiter X AL7 SS version. Very specific on that for my personal tastes. There was two options. This was the first time we saw the Gumdrop, which is a clear pink acid wash with the rainbow rims. The other option was Peaceful Sea, which was blue rims, and I believe, I'm going to show you photos in case I'm wrong, blue wash. So a lot of blue going on for the Peaceful Sea. Gumdrop. That was your April shipment. So far, first quarter, nailed it. Nothing really in the same category. Hit a ton of different slots. Great colorways across the board. I don't think I could have done a better quarter than that first quarter period. But we're going to try. Alright, next up was the Council. Now the Council was also kind of designed via Patreon. We elected members from Patreon. They said why they should be on the board to design a yo-yo, and people voted on them. So the Council was made. It was our widest yo-yo to date. It's very soft and enjoyable. They're all, yeah, that's just like a generic enjoyable. But yeah, it's really soft, it's wide. I love the Council. This was not one of the colorways. The two colorways were the Aqua Blossom and the Cherry Blossom. Acid wash bases with a different color rim. 6061 body, 7068 rim. Not necessarily for the performance enhancements, but I didn't want to have rims that were the same material just for the color, so we made it the 7068. It is denser than 6061, so you do get a little bit of benefit, but you're still manipulating the weight distribution, and there's less ability with the 7068 than if that was a stainless steel rim. Alright, that was the console, and that was for May. June, AL7 Tsunami, the big boy, the Humongotron. 4 different colorways on this because we had some issues, and I do believe now, possibly because they might have been double dipped all the way back when, but 7075, they should have been fine in the double dipping. So I don't know if this was mostly machining or anodizing issue that I had so many issues getting A grades, so we used up a double batch basically. I tried to always have 2 colors. We had 4 colors because I had so many bad parts on these. But the 4 options: Nest Depth, Snosberry, Sea of Flames, and the Oceanic Detonation. I do love the way that, like, the color on these, the splash looks 3D. Some of the best anodizing we've seen. Let's fast forward into July. We have the Brass Wraith. So this is the competitive monster that is the Wraith, and just doubled down. A couple extra grams directly on the rim. Throw this thing hard, go to bed, wake up, it's still spinning, and directly in plane. There's no tilt to this thing. But yeah, same specs as the Wraith. We swapped the rims out for the extra weight on the rim from stainless steel to brass. They're big rims, so it was a big change in feel of play of the yo-yo actually on the string. We have the Foundry options, the Royalty option, and the Midnight Groove, which was like a very dark blue, almost looked black colorway. Those were July's choices. Moving into August, the Evolution, the initial release for Dan Dietz' signature, the Agent 003, this would have been. Pack Storm and Berry Storm. Just 2 great colorways. You pick if you want the blues or the pinks and purples. September rolls around, and it's the first full-size stainless steel yo-yo, the Prowler. Options available here were Black Blasted and Raw Blasted. If you haven't tried a Prowler, I would try to find one. Just highly enjoyable yo-yo. Shows you what a full-size stainless steel yo-yo can bring to your collection. October, the E23 makes a sighting with the brass rims. The Elite was originally made way back, 2016-ish, and it was to show that this trend, that was like the trend, getting into bimetals in 2016. But it was to show that now you're getting so much extra rim weight, you don't need the yo-yo to still be 66 grams. So the Elites came in at under 60 or at 60 and performed amazingly, and it kind of cemented what the Elite was going to be in our lineup going forward. The brass version gets it closer to your standard playing yo-yo. It is heavier with the brass rims instead of the stainless steel rims. So that was the difference there. Elite. Oh, colorways. It was the Chug Jug, Royalty, and the Brass Bound. The first time we saw the Brass Brown, which was like a brownish with brass. Big fan favorite, I think, just because maybe it was something new, something different. And now for 2024, we did something different at the end of the year. November and December were combined into one shipment so that we could get you a titanium. This yo-yo has not been released anywhere besides Patreon right now, but you had the Ascension, an undercut titanium meant to play very agile, very quick, not necessarily made to pack rim weight on this yo-yo. I wanted to play it different than any of the titaniums you have in your collection. So that's what we did with this. You had the option of raw or gold for your November-December shipment. And that wraps up 2024, a year in review, Patreon shipments. I didn't do the shirts. Usually you guys will see me wearing them. But those are the yo-yos you can get. There's a yo-yo tier and a tier with yo-yo and merch. Or there's just a tier for just merch if you want. And then there's also the base level tier, which will get you access to the customs, giveaways, and discounts. But it's not when your favorite podcast says we have a Patreon page, $2 a month as a donation. That's not what this is. This is specifically set up. Back when I made this up, it was a way for you guys to support and get monthly yo-yos. And at this point, that was the best way for me to do it way back when. Now there's different avenues to do that, but we just keep it going because that's where it was set up, and it seems to have worked pretty well so far. But yeah, if you're interested in a monthly subscription, this is probably the one. You're never going to get the same yo-yo twice. You saw the huge variety here, but that's it. That's the year 2024. I think I did a great job looking to match it at least, because I'm not sure how greatly you can improve on something like this. The only thing I might do here, I'm going to keep it to myself. There are ways to improve it. I'm going to try and do it. That was 2024. Thanks to all the subs over there. I enjoy sending you a monthly yo-yo, and happy throwing.